Hello everyone, this is Dora Rain, Marketing Manager for FICON Institute. Today's training is specifically geared to all marketers for FICON Institute. We will be discussing the Enrollment Advisor Portal, which is located right here on your back office. At this point, you should have already logged in with your password and we're in the same location. We're about to go into the comprehensive enrollment process. You will notice on this document, which is saved in Word, it will be placed right here to replace steps 1 through 12. As you click here, you immediately will open up the document that says student enrollment process. You will be going step by step from here on, and I will be guiding you from one screen to another screen. Number 1 says student applies to the course through the registration page. And I want to show you what the student will see so you'll know exactly how to guide them if you have to take them there, or if I've sent you a student and you are actually talking with them. This is the FICON homepage. This is what they've read. They've read everything from the home, about, course information, course fees, scholarships, contact information. And you know what? They say, I'm ready to go for this 10-week course. So they click enroll. What they have here now is to go to the next step. They will fill in their name all the way through number 7 and how they found out about the website. This information will go into a database, and what happens is a letter will automatically go out from Dr. Alani, which is step number 2. An automated letter will go, introduction letter will go out stating welcome to FICON, and it's from the director, Dr. Alani. At that time, I will see the information on the CRM, which is the back office, where we hold all of our leads. At that point, I will distribute the prospective students to you. Once you get that letter, that information from me, you immediately will send out a welcome letter right here where it says number 4, enrollment advisors should now send out a welcome letter. In that letter, place the student's name on the letter, welcoming the student, and inform the student that they will be their guide through the CEHRS certification enrollment. See the welcome letter. Now let's go back over to the main page of FICON, and let's take a look at the sample letter. As you've noticed, look how quickly we went through steps 1 through 4, which we saw on the enrollment process. So let's go see the sample letter. Also remember, I emailed all these letters to you all, which should be in your email box. Hopefully at this time, you've already saved it to your hard drive, so you have easier access to it versus going through the main back page. You can save the letter if you haven't saved it from the email that I sent you. We're going to go ahead and click open. As you can tell, when developing the letter, it's already generated that it will automatically change the date to the current date. This letter is thanking them for applying to FICON, and then when the next course will be, which is June 18th, which is right around the corner. And preparing for the class, you have to ask the prospective student, have they already registered their $50 to FICON? If they haven't, guide them here. They may say, well, I don't have the means to go on the website right now to do it. You have the option of offering them the opportunity to take their information and pay for it via the FICON website. We actually have that listed right here. As you scroll down, it says let's go a little further. Click here to view various payment links. As you click here, you have the opportunity to go in and make the payment for them with their credit card information. So let's go back. Now, they may say, I already completed that. You want to make sure that you go in the back of CRM, and then you'll see if they paid or not. because a note would be notated by Dr. Alani or myself. So the next phase is, as if they paid, if they haven't paid, walk them through step one. Number two, you want to say, so we can continue with the process, we want to make sure that you have all your credentials in. So you want to make sure that you go to the credentials page to make sure that they get all their credentials. And we can go ahead and go back to the main page of FICON. And that's step number 5. You want to click details, and you want to go ahead and save as or open it. But we're going to go ahead and open it, because just in case you don't have all the credentials memorized, you have that process right here. So these are some. This letter is the admissions process letter, and is where all the credentials are located. You definitely want to keep this letter up if you don't have it memorized. You want to have it open and saved as in your back office. Again, the registration fee is number 1, and number 2, the credentials. If it's a student that is a non-scholarship because they don't qualify, you want to make sure that they scan and email you as the advisor, the enrollment advisor, which is the EA. You want their ID card or their license, and you must also have a copy of their last degree or certificate. You may have situations where they say, I have that, but I'm not able to pay for the entire class due to my financial situation. That's no problem. Again, you have your ID and license. They must have a letter of employment or a letter of separation, which is stating from their employer that they have been terminated and they're no longer working there. They must also have a pay stub or their unemployment letter stating that they make less than $2,400 a month. It also may be a copy of their bank statements showing that Georgia unemployment and then the amount that they're given. We also will accept that. So these are 2 options. Also, marketers, keep in mind we have been afforded the opportunity. We have a total of 4 various scholarships, and we will talk about that and the requirements for that, because you will be responsible for making sure and getting the right information that you need to see if they qualify for other scholarships. This scholarship is the FICON scholarship, which allots them a scholarship of a certain amount, and then they're responsible for weekly payments thereafter. So let's go back to our document, the enrollment process. Again, we see here you have 24 hours after the student receives a welcome letter. You have to make sure that you call them within those 24 hours. And again, give them another 24 to 48 hours to get all the credentials in. Again, we see that by this time they have the credentials and registration uh, fee in, and we've discussed the payment plan. Again, will it be the scholarship or the scholarships? However, until they are registered, all credentials are in, and all credentials are in, their scholarship application cannot be reviewed. So they may do things backwards. They may send the credentials in. They may then at that juncture um, have their registration fee in. But if we don't have all of that in, guess what? We cannot go any further in looking at their scholarship application. Next process, if the registration fee has not been paid, request a process. Again, sometimes we have to call the student maybe once or twice and remind them and let them know we can assist them. Again, as a reminder, we cannot admit the student. They cannot get the admissions letter if they've been admitted and or if they've received a scholarship letter until we have all credentials in. That is a must. I got to say that over and over again, because sometimes we'll jump the gun because we're excited that we have a student that wants to attend our school, and we don't make that sure all processes are completed. Again, they have to have the $50 registration fee paid. They have to have the credentials sent in, and we have to know if they're going to do a scholarship or not. Really quickly, let's go back over to the introduction letter. It says here that there's a balance of $1,100, including the final certification fee. If they would like, they can get on a payment plan through PayPal of $100 a week. So 100 times 10 weeks would equal the $1,100. As you'll notice, the class is $11.50, but the $50 fee comes off because they paid the registration fee. If they say here, again, you can guide them here to pay the $50, or they can go here, click the link, and look at the various scholarships that we have. If you are wondering what are those scholarships, go to the homepage of FICON. Let's go back. Scroll down to the very bottom, and here they are. You have the full payment tuition process, the partial scholarship that's given by FICON. We have the WIA funding and payment, which covers the full tuition if they're approved. We have the Putting Georgia to Work program, which also covers full tuition costs if they're approved. And then soon it comes the student visa process for international students. So we have major opportunities for students to attend school for free. So we'll talk about that at another tutorial. Let's go back to our enrollment process. When all things are done and we've figured out the student is non-scholarship or if they're scholarship, at that time, you want to send them a letter according to if they got a scholarship, if they're non-scholarship. So here, let's go back to the main page of our back office. And as we can see, they took the letter off. And this will give us a chance to see on my hard drive. We're going to open up a file where I have saved all the documents. Underneath my documents, I have FICON information. I have all of my enrollment forms. As you can see, I have the admission letter and I have admission letter with scholarship. Let's just look at the admission letter. Let's go ahead and open it. Again, the date is automatically changed to today. Again, you change the student's name here. You tell them congratulations. They're going to start their new date, and you make sure you put the right date right here. This informs them that they'll have access to the class 2 days prior. And this letter has already been updated, ladies and gentlemen. This is the payment plan that they'll receive, that this is the one that they selected because they're non-scholarship. Again, this link will take $100 out of their account for the next 10 weeks. Make sure you place your email address here for FICON that you have. Okay? So let's move on to the next letter. Oh, we don't want to go there. Again, we're going back to the page. Now, that was just a regular letter. If they have admission and scholarship letter, again, the student, when the class begins, that they've been admitted, and they got a 50% scholarship, so their balance has been determined to be $600 over the course of the next 10 weeks. They'll pay $60 installments for 10 weeks. They'll go through here and pay through PayPal. And once that has been set up, again, all your credentials will go right here, not the directors. And once they receive this letter and setting the course up, this says that they've been admitted because they've done the first 3 processes. Again, those processes, they registered, they paid the $50, you have all their credentials, you've documented everything back in the CRM. And guess what? Now we've discussed if they've had a scholarship plan or if they're going to have just a regular paying for the tuition on their own. At this time, once they have the letter, they are now complete and they are in the system. And it is that simple. Again, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to put all your information at the bottom of the letter, which you already have, the corrected version. Again, thank you for attending the tutorial for enrolling a student into FICON.